Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and this is one of the most popular vehicles in America, the 2017 Honda Pilot. The Pilot is designed for people who are exactly like me. I'm a parent. I've got 4 kids, 2 still living in the house, which is located in the suburbs of a major city. I've got places to go, people to shuttle, stuff to carry, and a honey-do list a mile long. I should probably just get a minivan, but ew, lame. The Pilot is so much, cooler? I mean, what if the hot mom at the school pickup lane saw me driving an Odyssey? Ugh. Besides, what if it snows? Or I need to drive up a dirt trail? You can't get all-wheel drive on most minivans. Anyway, the Pilot is built from the ground up to make my life easier. Does it do that? Let's go for a drive and discuss. So the base price of a Honda Pilot is $31,535. My test vehicle is the Elite trim level, which is loaded with every single thing Honda will throw on this SUV, and it costs $48,010. I know, almost 50 grand. You can get a nice Acura MDX for that amount of money, and since the Acura shares its platform and drivetrain with the Honda, why not upgrade, right? Well, here's why. To get the same amount of stuff on the Pilot as you get on the MDX, you're going to spend at least another $10,490 to make them equivalently optioned. Sure, the Acura is better looking, and it's got nicer interior materials, and it is more fun to drive. But think of what you can do with 10 grand. That would pay for one heck of a nice family vacation. Now, earlier I mentioned minivans. In my opinion, the slab-sided Pilot looks like one. Sure, the front end's bigger and it's squared off, and the rear doors are hinged rather than sliders, but come on. This isn't a real SUV. It's a crossover, and the term crossover essentially means tall, all-wheel drive station wagon. From the driver's seat, it even feels like a minivan. It's got the same front quarter windows for improved visibility, the same thin windshield pillars and unobstructed view over the hood, the same wide dashboard and low center console with a tray built into the top of it, the same front captain's chairs with adjustable armrests. My test model even has second row captain's chairs with a stumble through to their third row seat, just like a minivan. But at the same time, the Pilot is clearly not a minivan. For example, the rear doors have armrests and built-in storage spaces. And when your kids toss them open, they'll bang into the car next to the Pilot instead of gliding out of the way. Let's see, what else? The Pilot's got less cargo room than a minivan, about half as much in fact. Oh, and it's got almost an inch of extra ground clearance compared to a Toyota Sienna with all-wheel drive. An inch, people, like this much. But hey, this is an SUV, so you know, this car's cool. Okay, let's get serious here. You're not gonna get a minivan, you're getting a crossover SUV, and you just wanna know if the Honda Pilot is a good choice. The answer is yes. Unless you're a big fan of radio volume and tuning knobs, then not so much. Also, unless you upgrade to the Touring or the Elite trim level, you can't get a blind spot warning system or a rear cross-traffic alert system on this vehicle. Instead, you get something that's called Lane Watch, and it only works for the right side of the Pilot. Now, that's a technology that's living on borrowed time. In fact, Honda's already dropped it from the new redesigned CR-V, so my bet is it's going to vanish from the Pilot in the next year or two. Moving on. The funky transmission controls are also moderately irritating. First, they're right next to the cup holders. Now, I wonder what happens if you spill a sticky drink on them. Probably nothing good. Additionally, the front passenger can't raise the seat to be higher off the floor. And man, that is a deal breaker at my house. Finally, for the second time in 2 years, I found the Pilot's adaptive cruise control system to struggle on California's Pacific Coast Highway between Malibu and Point Mugu. The curves, the widening and narrowing of northbound lanes, the oncoming traffic, it all freaks the Pilot out. But other than these complaints, yeah, the Honda Pilot is an excellent choice in a mid-size, 3-row crossover SUV. How so? For starters, it's huge inside. You can legitimately carry 7 adults in a Pilot, provided that you've got the second row bench seat instead of my test vehicle's captain's chairs. And most of those people will actually be comfortable. Fold the third row seat down and the Pilot holds 46.8 cubic feet of cargo. That's plenty for an epic road trip and about a Miata trunk's worth shy of a full-size Chevy Tahoe. And if you need maximum space, the Pilot provides 83.9 cubic feet of room, falling short of the Tahoe by just 2 Miata trunks. The Pilot's interior is quiet, it's refined, it's loaded with quality materials. Outward visibility is outstanding, and the controls, other than the infotainment system and the transmission, are a model of simplicity. Perhaps more important, given its mission as a family car, the Pilot is safe. All of them get a 5-star crash test rating from the federal government, and all of them get a top safety pick rating from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Plus, Honda thoughtfully offers its Honda Sensing suite of driver assistance and collision avoidance technologies on every single trim level except for the base LX model. Now, as some of you regular viewers have already figured out about me, I am a big fan of the democratization of safety technologies. I'm also a big fan of the way the Honda Pilot drives. It's got a powerful 280 horsepower 3.5-liter V6 engine that can operate on fewer cylinders under certain conditions in order to improve fuel economy. If you get the Touring or the Elite model, the engine adds an idle stop function that will shut the engine off while the Pilot is sitting still in traffic or at an intersection. Additionally, the Touring and Elite models replace the standard 6-speed automatic transmission with a 9-speed automatic. Now, this more complex transmission includes a sport driving mode, it's got paddle shifters, and software that learns your driving style and then shifts accordingly. All-wheel drive is optional for all trim levels except for the Elite, where it is standard. Fuel economy meets expectations. The EPA says a Pilot with all-wheel drive and the 9-speed automatic transmission should get 22 miles per gallon in combined driving, and I got 21.9 miles per gallon on my test loop. And for part of the drive, I did have the transmission in the sport mode and I was using the paddle shifters. Now, that was when I was trying to hustle the Pilot down a mountain road. It wasn't much fun, but the Pilot handles well enough to inspire confidence in its driver. Where you're most likely to pilot the Pilot, it drives beautifully. Steering effort is light, but response is crisp and accurate. The brakes bite with authority and are very easy to modulate. The suspension is tuned for a compliant and comfortable ride, but it also does an expert job of controlling body roll and turns. All in all, the Pilot is a perfect dance partner for daily life. Just don't expect it to raise your pulse. As mid-sized crossover SUV vehicles go, the Honda Pilot's a good one. Whether or not you think it's a great one depends on your tolerance level for its idiosyncrasies. Either way, to answer the question I posed at the start of this review, yes, the Pilot made my life easier. Not quite to the degree that a minivan would have, but then no crossover can. Be sure to check out my full review of the Pilot on CarGurus.com, and if you found this review helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For all of us at CarGurus, thank you for watching.